Right then, we have made some progress at last. Not so long ago this was a massive hole in the ground. Whoops, still a hole there. Massive hole in the ground. This was huge. This was 1.7 deep. This was about 1.5 deep. Over here we dug this to 1 metre because that was just a dividing wall which is supporting the roof, and that was fine. It's finished at 550 wide, although it only needs to be 450 wide. This itself wanted to be 600, that's nearly 680 there. This one here, the shuttering collapsed, that's 820 wide. Yeah, nightmare. This one here, 630. Right, so there was the deepest point. Yeah, we had literally 1.7, I think, depth there. It took 10.5 cube of concrete to get it to this stage. It's like, what? Right, but now what I'm going to be able to do is build my footing blocks off there and then come up off that. Right, this here collapsed. I showed you it collapsed. That can go there as fought its last battle. It broke away that bit of concrete there. Digger's going to come tomorrow. I'm going to dig out there, dig up there, dig across there and dig back there, and then that will be the footings ready to be fully poured and we're off. Right, my question is, any guesses as to what is the highest and lowest point in this ring of concrete that I have here? This £1,800 worth of concrete, 10.5 cube. What is the highest and lowest point? This here there that I'm stood on there, look, is a slate batten. That was supposed to be the height, although that height there and that height there of that one that's sticking up are quite different. So I'm assuming that one popped up and then just found its own level, maybe, I don't know. The guy who bought the concrete says when you've got it pouring, when you pour into that depth, you were never going to get the battens to stand straight. The weight of the concrete's always going to push them over. He says it always happens. People always think it won't, but it always does. Right, so I knew it wasn't going to be perfectly level, right? But the question is, where's the highest point? Where's the lowest point? Right, so it's Wednesday morning. But a far better time on this side of it. Dug that out. It hasn't rained. I used the visqueen there just, well, it did rain, but it hasn't rained a lot, to be fair. I used the visqueen there just to prevent any collapse, as somebody recommended, and it seems it did rain enough for a little bit of a collapse, I think, and it seems to have worked either way. Anyway, it's on, it's waiting now. Concrete's on its way. I drove my metals, my ground pins, I don't know if you can see them, metal ground pins, they're all into level with laser, and that is 1 course lower than the other concrete pad over there, and the reason why I've done that is just to save a little bit on money on concrete as well, because it's only 1 course. I'll fly that round, no problem, and then we should tie it in with that. So like I said, got concrete coming this morning, first drop 8 o'clock, and then we just need to get some blocks in and get them ordered, and we'll talk about them footing blocks and what kind of height we need to get up to, because I have to dig so much out, as you know. Because of just trying to move the dig around in the slop. I've had 6 muckaways, and what I'm trying to do now is just avoid getting that taken away, because I'm thinking that can easily go back in somewhere along the line anyway. So we'll wait and see what kind of concrete volume goes in here now. I've just pumped it out, if anybody's interested. That little draper pump from Tool Station's fantastic little pump. It's done really well. What model is it? Don't know, I can't see it, I haven't got my glasses on. Little draper pump, Tool Station, probably about 40 quid, something like that. And you can see here, look, I've got a little, it starts to fill back up with water. I might bucket that out now. Got a bucket and cup over there, get that water out. But I've chem resined them rods into the original pad, and I've done it on the other side as well, just to tie both not pad, original footing, so that I can tie both footings together, and they are M24, and it's simply because I had an M20, not an M25, I had a 25mm drill bit, so I've gone for M24 rods, and there's 3 on the other side as well, so that hopefully should tie all that in, and we should not have no movement. Right, yesterday was quite a big day for me as far as things are concerned. I got the concrete poured, the last bit of concrete for the footings. It did rain somewhat, but not enough, I don't think, maybe to cause collapse, but even so, no collapse whatsoever because of the visqueen on the side of the trench. I mean, we did have rain. Yesterday, the guys arrived, they weren't overly happy because they're normally on a screed pump, and they had to barrow it, and there was 5 cube went in here. So that's 5 cube in this part, 10.5 cube in that part. I'll tell you the price at the end of, when we get up let me think about this now. When we get to damp course, I'll give you a final price to get to damp course, but I'll sort of keep dropping prices in as we go along. That was £1,800+ that concrete there. This was £800+ this concrete here, but I'll give you a more accurate amount. Like I say, 5 cube, 10.5 cube. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the footing blocks. I'm going to talk to you about the footing blocks and how much muck I've actually had to dig out to get to this bloody stage, and what it's going to take to get back up to DPC level. But yeah, let's have a talk about these footing blocks then. Right, so if you've watched from the start, you'll know that I had to well, I didn't have to mass fill it. The trench was ridiculously deep. I was down to 1.7, 1.8 at some parts. So what I decided to do, rather than just build block after block after block, getting all the blocks around, was to mass fill it with concrete, more or less. So we got to that level. It's slightly out. I had a bit of a disaster with the roofing battens that I popped in for my level, because it was so deep the concrete just pushed them over. So it's out in places, it's not massively out, but it definitely is out. This one now I did different. I mean, my finger on there, you won't be able to see it, but the finger on there is the top of the rod, which I just showed you earlier on, and you can just see the tops of the rods just poking out. Some places they're poking out more than others, but it's near enough for me anyway. Right, what I decided to do was put the threaded bar in to tie them both together, because I spoke to my mate who was a building inspector, and he says, yeah, get them in, tie them together. We used the chem fix to tie them together. M24, simply because I had a 25mm drill bit, so I used that chem fix, got the rods in. So that pad now is tied to that pad, so we're all solid. I'm more than happy with that. The reason why that one's lower is I was trying to save a little bit on concrete, so I've set it to a certain distance so that when this footing block goes in and it's sat on mortar, then our next course will be level for that course there. But the problem with this footing block is the fact it's not wide enough. So this footing block here is 300. Now the new regs state that you want a 150 cavity. Well, they certainly do on my architect's drawings anyway. So I bought these footing blocks to sit the garden pod on when we moved it. So they're actually too small. So I need ones that are 350. Which will make it that much wider, which will give me 100 outside skin, 150 cavity and 100 inside skin. But obviously I need to build them up so that I can get up to just below DPC, which is damp course level. I'm going to try and stop saying as well. What I'm aiming to do is your DPC needs to be a minimum of 150mm, which is 2 course of bricks above ground level. So your DPC, like I said, needs to be a minimum of 150mm above ground level, which if we look over there, let's go have a look over there. So when I did my garden originally at AstroTurf, I did it with a laser and I've levelled it off. I'm going to turn that off in a minute, so all that beeping. I set it dead level with the laser, so that meant my garden's completely flat. Now, I've dug a lot of earth out. I also built the garden up quite a bit to stop. Just I had a drainage problem, so I built the garden up a lot, so I had to get rid of all that as well. So I'm down now. So that there, let's say, is approximate ground level. See the AstroTurf there, look, yeah? So that there is approximately ground level, which means I need to get my blocks up to somewhere around 600. So let's have a look, put that on the deck there. So we're looking around 760. Right, a block, the footing blocks, the varying sizes from what I've found out. Obviously I need 350 wide, but some are 140 deep. There's some bigger ones, trench blocks, footing blocks, foundation blocks, whatever you want to call them. But I think the ones I've found, they'll be 140 high. So that means I need to divide approximately, let's say 700 by 140. Let's just turn that ring alarm off. Right, that's off. So we're looking to get a 700 height, yeah? So if we divide that by 140, that'll give us 5 blocks exactly. Right, so 5 blocks high will get us to 700, which is a good bit. I mean, it's probably 2 bricks below ground level. So what I might do is, how many did I say? Was it 5? So what I'm looking to do is measure the length of my trenches, yeah, and I'm looking at getting 5 course high, which is a lot more than I expected, to be honest with you. I was hoping for 2 or 3, but it is what it is. I've had to dig down a lot, you know. Hindsight's a great thing. You know, you could have done this, you could have done that. Well, I didn't, and there I am now. So it would be 5 blocks high. and it'll be the full length of the trench. So there's plenty of online calculators. You put in your block size and it'll tell you how many blocks you need. So what I'm going to do now is work out how many I need. Probably just get maybe 20 more than what I need. 20 more, yeah. And we'll go from there and see how we go on with that. But we're ready to start laying blocks now, which is brilliant, because 2 weeks ago I was like, oh, we were battling in the sun one. Well, not quite obviously, but I was like 1.8 deep, 1.7 deep, higher, stood in muck and crap, and I'm not going to say any profanities because I'm not going to. I'm going to watch my language this time. Right, also, all these names that are popping up now, they've donated on the PayPal, which I really appreciate as well, because it'll help keep the channel going, yeah, because now this is just solely what I'm doing. So if you want to donate, you've got the description and you can donate, and it's much appreciated. And what I'm also going to do at all, I'm going to bury a time capsule, because, I mean, obviously it's a brick-built building, brick and block, so it's going to last a long time after we've left this earth. And maybe somebody will come along one day and find the capsule and open it. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to put everybody's names in that have contributed to PayPal, and say that they obviously have helped build it, haven't they? And I've got some sad news as well, and it really is sad news. Some of you will remember that we raised some money for a young girl called Amelia that had a brain tumour. She sadly passed away last week, so my thoughts and condolences are with the family, and to everybody who donated as well. Thank you very much for that as well. Sadly, she lost her battle. And we'll put Amelia's name in the time capsule as well. Stick a little photograph of her in as well, as a way of memory. So that's that, unfortunately. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to order the blocks, see how quickly I can get them here, and we're looking to start building on Monday. Now, also, let me sit on this block, so let's sit in the water. Also, you're going to start seeing recommendations and sponsorship and stuff like that, because before I never used to bother doing it because I didn't really need it as well, when I was doing the garden rooms, because we were that busy and didn't really need it. But now I do need it. So you're going to see stuff, but what you can be guaranteed of, the stuff you do see will work, yeah, and it'll be a fantastic price, or one of the other, or both. But I won't be recommending anything that doesn't work or that is crap. So if you see a recommendation, you know it's tried and tested and it does actually work. So links as always will be in the description, yeah, loads of links, raffles, Facebook group, build packs if you want to build a timber frame garden room. I'm also going to do a build pack for this as well. What we'll probably do, because not everybody will have had as bad a luck as me coming out of the ground, so we'll probably just go as a standard on the drawing I've got, and let's assume that all the trench was 1 metre, yeah, and the foundations were poured to the drawing spec and not the crazy spec that I've had to do here, simply because the rain got the better of me. And that's that, right? So onwards and upwards, and I've got to repair this fence now because I know my neighbour's coming back in a week or so. That other fence over there I can't repair until I've started to get the ground back up to level. Another thing to note is obviously this footing here is lower than that footing, so from here, let me sort this tripod out. Right, from here all the way around there, across there, and then return to there. Over there you can see that steps as well, look, yeah, so that will be 4 courses high, and then this section here will be 3 courses high. So I'm going to go scale that off on the drawings, work out how many blocks I need, get them ordered. I'm going to go on the online calculator, work out how much sand and cement I need, because what I don't want to end up with loads of wastage. Although yeah, I've got to keep building, so shall I just get 3 building sand and 20 cement? I don't know, I think that's what I'll probably do, yeah, just get that and see how we're going with that. Obviously that ain't going to be enough, but you know what I mean, just to get me going, get me out of the ground, get up, and then once I get up to the piece of, I start thinking about getting rid of some of that crap and backfilling. Right, so, oh you bugger, what the hell was that? Tree root. Right, let's get down this trench to the window fixtures. So there's my 5 blocks, but what I haven't taken into account is my mortar bed. Now I don't want to risk these being above ground level, because I know the concrete isn't perfect, so the bottom bed will have to be sufficient to get everything level on the first one, and then I've got mortar bed, and that could possibly be too high then. I know it looks a lot, but you know, concrete's out, this, that and the other. So I'm going to decide, I'm going to get rid of the top course, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to have 4 courses high. That's what I'm going to do, and then that one there will be brick, and that one there will be breeze block up to DPC level, and then we might have to do a concrete, a lean mix infill but we'll talk about that later as well. But that's it. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 courses high. I think what's important as well is to actually show you every aspect of this if you're completely new to it and stuff like that. That says not yet approved simply because this is the original one that was sent to the building inspector. There's no problem with the foundations or anything like that. It's the roof that's an issue, so we're still waiting for that one to come back. Right, reading the plans. There's basic points there about all the different aspects of the build. Now, there's about the foundations there, 600 wide strip, etc, etc, and then about the walls, 103mm thick. Let me see, 103mm thick leaf of external facing brickwork up to the border as shown in the elevations, which is like that, which is like my house. 150mm cavity, fully filled with 150mm iso cavity wall slab, yeah, and 100mm thick blockwork, and I'm probably going to use them lightweight blocks because they only want a 2.9 kilonewton compressive strength there, rather than using the heavy ones and killing myself. Right, so let's scale this off. Right, so the scale there says 1 in 50, so I've got this scale rule. I got this one from Hobbycraft, simply because I could go down and pick it up that day. Plenty available. It's a Helix one, so there's all different scales on it there, yeah, and also on that one as well, yeah. So we'll turn it around, we'll find the scale we want, which is 1 in 50, which is that one. So let's just check this now. Let's put it next to there. Right, so we've got a measurement there of 3,700. So if this is a bit difficult to see. So if you look at the scale there, the bottom scale is 1 in 50, yeah? So you've got 1 metre, 2 metres, 3 metres, 3 metres 500, 6, 700. So we know that's reading right. There, look here. Bang on at 3.7. So we know that's good. So the way I'm going to calculate these blocks now is I'm going to measure my trenches, yeah, and then I'm going to get a total length of trench, find an online calculator, and work that out how much I actually need there in blocks, because I know round this section here, so that's where it's stepped. I'm going across there, that's where I just showed you the 5 blocks piled up. It goes round there and it's stepped again there. So this section here I need 4 blocks high, and this section here I need 3 blocks high, which will get me somewhere below damp course level. I'll re-evaluate it when I get to that height, whether I need another course or whether or not I'm going to put breeze block and brick and start coming out the ground up to DPC level, which is damp course level, yeah. Right, so that's it. I'm going to scale that off, I'm going to work them out, I'm going to look for the cheapest I can, because obviously this is my build, I'm trying to save money on it at all times, yeah. I can afford to wait for delivery. That doesn't matter, it's not an issue, we're not on the time restraint. So I'm going to look for the cheapest blocks as well. And what I don't understand is this 150 cavity has been going around quite a while, but there's still a lot of 300mm blocks, footing blocks. Is that because people are using not the cavity slab, ISO cavity slab, whatever that is, I'm not sure, I'm presuming it's like a rock wool type thing, and then they're using PIR insulation and still sticking to the 100mm cavity? But obviously the PIR gives you better thermals, doesn't it? So is that why they're doing that? And is that why likes of Selcos don't do a 350 footing block? But I will find some. I'll let you know where I got them. I'll let you know how much they are. And I'll let you know how many I need as well. Right, as we all know, it pays to shop around and it pays to have a clean workspace, which mine isn't. Right, I've had a quick look online. Well, more than a quick look, really. Now, I've been looking for these 350mm footing blocks. Now, somebody's going to tell me why they're not massively readily available. But I have no idea why not. But that's what my drawing says I've got to use. So that's what's happening. Right. So I found 4 places. Manningham's came up first, which is a place in Bradford. I thought it was a relatively good price at £3.24 per block, including VAT. Then I found a place called Farmac, also in Leeds, at £2.59 a block. And then I found Myers, £2.96 a block. This is all including VAT. And then I found an online company called Brickies. Now you think online, massive distribution centre, yeah, pumping them out all day long, working in volume, £7.56 a block. That is insane. Right, it works out that I need 370 blocks. Yeah, so 370 blocks times £7.56 is £2,797. It's just shy of £3,000, yeah? Right, that's a shitload of money. Language. Right, now, Farmac was the cheapest. I've rung him up just to confirm. He says, yeah, that's right. I worked it out at, let me see, I need 370 blocks times let's have a look. £2.59, works out £958.30. This is including VAT. I've rung him up, told him how many I need. He's quoted me back £865, nearly £100 cheaper than what their online price was. Now, whether he's going to bring me back shortly and tell me he's made a mistake, I don't know. So what I've done, I've got 3 bags of jumbo ton bags of building sand, 20 cement in the plastic bags, because it's going to take me a long time. It's going to be out there in all weathers, yeah, and the weather is crap. So I've got plastic bag cement. Could have gone for the paper ones, which is cheaper, but gone for the plastics. I know what's going to happen. Right, full price, 370 blocks, 3 ton bags of building sand, and 20 cement, which is 1,192. So that's, let's call it 1,200. Now, if I'd have gone with the online company, right, 370, it would have cost me 2,797 just for the blocks alone. It's insane. So this is why you need to shop around, right? So I found a pretty good place. It's Farmac. As it happens, it's based in Leeds. You know, it's where all the best stuff is based anyway. So we're going with Farmac. There, like I said before, right, we've got no time restraints on this job, so it doesn't matter, yeah? I've got other stuff I need to be doing. I've got social media I need to be doing. I need to start out this cladding on this pod outside. I need to eat these Scotch eggs. So they're coming Monday. He told me it'd be 2 deliveries. So he's going to drop me half of it off on Monday. Some blocks, some sand, some cement. Could be 4 o'clock Monday, no idea. And then he's going to drop me the rest off Tuesday. But it's all good. It's a good price. So what I need to keep reminding myself as well is I'm practically building the bungalow here. It's not an extension, yeah, so everything is in volume, yeah. There's a lot of muck away, unfortunately, because of the rain. A lot of concrete in, because that snowballed after the rain, right? A lot of footing blocks to get me back up to my ground level. But yeah, so everything is a lot, which I need to keep reminding myself, you know, you're literally building a mini house here, so let's try and gloss over the fact everything is costing money. I'm going to go out and do the fence in a minute. I went on a date yesterday. It's like a coffee date. I've never been on a coffee date in my life. As it happens, the coffee shop was shutting, so we went over to a pub just over the road. And I was absolutely like bricking it. It was like, what the hell? I'm 51 years old, right? Going on a date, and I'm afraid. Anyway, it all worked out well. At least I think I did, because I've got a second date. So I'll let you know how that goes as well. Right, I'm going to edit this video quickly. I'm going to go out and do the fence. No, let's go out and do the fence first, and then we'll edit the video, and we'll see if there's enough content for you to watch. And if there is, right, then so be it. And if there isn't, there'll be a bit more added on. But what I do also want to remind you is you are now going to see content for promotional stuff. I've got some workwear that I got embroidered up. Yeah, I got embroidered up. And as it happens, some social media company messaged me after I'd paid and says, would you be interested in doing this for this company, blah blah blah. And I went, you're joking, mate, I've just spent X amount of pounds on the stuff. And anyway, so I'm going to do something for them, because the stuff has come. I've got stuff already. I've ordered some more stuff. It's in the bags, and here are the bags. I've not opened them yet. We're not going to talk about that today, simply because it's not appropriate. That is, as expected, that is the hoodie I ordered. Now, I've worn a Scruffs hoodie for a long time, and I like the Scruffs hoodie, and this has come from Workwear Express. We're going to talk about these in another video as well. So I've got the Only Plans emblem on the back. They've also printed it on the sleeve as well. Yeah, let's fire that on. Right, the good thing about Workwear Express is, I'm not going to be able to put the mic on there. Right, let's take the mic off. Right. The good thing about Workwear Express is they don't just sell crap, they sell good quality items as well. And I've always liked these tops. And there you go, fits like a dream. There's the emblem, and there it is on the back. Right, let's get the mic back on so you can hear me better. Okay, there we go. Right, it's not paid promotion either, because they haven't paid me to do this. Yeah, this is simply because it's coinciding with something that I am going to get done. A Mascot Advance. I have been banging on about Mascot Advance, right, for 5 years, 6 years. They are the best work trousers on the market. And guess what? The Mascot Advance, right, are actually cheaper from Workwear Express than they are from Arco, where I used to get them. So, what have I done? I've only had the emblem put on the leg as well, haven't I? Check it out. Right, now, man's put on a little bit of weight in time, you know. Can't say I haven't. Right, so let's see if they fit. I've gone for the 33. I've got a short leg, obviously, because I'm little. Right. Wear Express. Come good. Oh, they feel nice. If you're a man of my age, right, you'll remember wearing Farrahs, because Farrahs were like the in trousers when you were at school. Yeah? Breathe in. Zip up. There you go. Check them out. Emblem on leg. Yeah? Only Plans, the Garden Room Guru. Love them. Yeah? Mascot Advance. Nice.